Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back and better than ever, and by that I mean there's only two of us today here on the SAF podcast. It is myself filling in for Sterling Silver as he is in Nepal, learning to be a yoga master with the Dalai Lama himself. But in his absence, I've stepped in and taken the role, and hopefully things will go smoothly this week. So, for our only guest this week, we have John Lamy. How are you doing, John?
Good.
And so, John, today, what homework did you pick out for us?
We watched Japanese Spider-Man the movie.
The original, what was that? It was back in, what, the 60s?
It's 70s,
70s, yeah. It's been...
Do you mind if I do a little introduction here?
Oh, of course.
Okay. I've been doing a little voice acting, people. So. Oh, hello. I'm Siegmeyer of Katarina. And I'm afraid I'm in a bit of a pickle, you see. For I have nothing to do. Oh, perhaps if I wait here a while and ponder, I'll find something to do. Oh, what's this? A podcast, you say? Well, perhaps I will join you in jolly cooperation.
Well, there you have it.
So now we have Siegmeyer, even though I call him Zigward.
Oh man, Zigward. There you have it, folks. That's the second time we have a celebrity on our podcast. Well, I think it was back in the second season that we actually had Stamper himself, Mr. Stamper TV, live on the podcast.
That's right. And the next time I can get back, I'll bring another guest, Trusty Patches.
Oof. Patches.
I had to zip down my hoodie, so I apologize if you hear any zipping noises.
Don't worry, we'll cut that on.
Because it's hard to breathe with that on.
We'll cut that on post-edit. Don't worry about that.
All
right, so let's get into the podcast. And of course, I haven't introduced myself. This is Josiah Biggs signing in as your host this week. And so let's get on with our weeks. John, what have you been doing the past 2 weeks? Or 3 weeks?
I've slowly become Plague of Gripes.
Mm-hmm.
I've been building sheds, and I'm now going to be working on a fence that is longer than Plague's.
Wow.
So, in 100 years, it should be done.
So, are you also doing creepy things with farm animals like Plague does?
Not quite yet.
Working your way out?
Yeah, that's right. First, I gotta have a mutual love and hate relationship with Miyazaki, and just be pissed off at Pat for everything he says. You know, that's how you build up to become the next Plague of Gripes, be as a predecessor. Nah, all jokes aside, though, for TV stuff, I've been watching Garo. And I watched from the first season of Garo all the way to the current series that's out. And I only started the first episode of that one. Mm-hmm. And that's one hell of a show, I can tell you that. Like, if I thought I liked Kamen Rider, holy smokes, Garo takes it up a step. I also watched Berserk for the first time.
What?
Yeah, I didn't watch it when it first came out. I saw people keep talking about the whole memes of how Griffith did nothing wrong. And so I finally got curious and said, okay, what the hell is this about? You know, technically they are correct. He did nothing wrong.
Oh,
technically.
Man. I wish Sterling was here, because if he was here, he would say... What? You mean you never seen our Lord and Savior Griffith in his amazing, guiltless pleasure on the viewing screen?
That's right. So I'm pretty excited about the new Berserk.
Well, that actually comes out in 5 days. The first
5
first
days.
episode premieres in 5 days, so you got it just in time, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I was also late on the JoJo train, but, I'm sticking with the episodes, so that's just another thing I'll have to watch every time the episode comes out.
Yep.
I liked it. The Berserk well, I guess it's just, the episodes up until
The event.
he ends off as being the demon and shows how Guts gets his arm torn off.
Yep.
And I didn't see the movie because they just said it's just a rehash of the episodes.
Well, it's sort of like a it is, but it also leaves some things out that the episodes put in, but it also has some things that the episodes left out from the manga, so you kind of have to watch both to get the full experience from the manga. And so, but I mean, it's just like, it's like 6 hours. It's basically like it's just a little bit shorter than the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah. The manga, yeah. And plus, I guess the other reason why I wanted to check out Berserk is because, of course, Dark Souls. I wanted to see where some of the references came from.
And boy, oh boy, are they getting heavier than ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the next Miyazaki game is more so Japanish, so I don't know how many not Dark Souls, but Berserk references will be in that.
Oh, you just wait. He'll find a way. He always does.
I'm sure he will. They're like, you could play the Koei Tecmo Berserk game, or Miyazaki's version of Berserk. Or you can watch Garo, the animation, which is also like Berserk.
So,
But I think that's because it was heavily influenced by Dark Souls, since the main character kind of looks like Ornstein. I also watched Go Onger, which is Super Sentai.
Oh, okay.
I'm only on 2 episodes of that. That one's a real kiddish one, like compared to the English Power Rangers we got, which I can't even remember what the Power Ranger one we got was called. But it's been pretty good so far. I really enjoy the intro song to it.
that's good.
I finally found Japanese Spider-Man on KissAsian.com, and it was all the episodes. They're full, translated. It's the only place I know that you can watch them until Marvel finds out, or not Marvel, but Koei finds out. Holy fuck! Not even Koei, Toei. Until Toei finds out and then takes it all down. But I'm on 4 episodes of that. I started watch Digimon Adventures, the Japanese version, so just subtitles, which I enjoy a lot more because I listened to the first 2 episodes in both dub and sub again. Man, as kids, we must have been entertained easily because the dub was like,
I know that dub was for kids quality, but I mean, it's like, but it's monsters fighting though,
Yeah. As kids, that's all we got. We didn't have the internet to know about the Japanese versions. That's it I had for TV. For video games that I played, I have Overwatch, which I've been playing the hell out of.
Yeah, everybody has.
Yeah. It is one of those games that is very entertaining, but for spurts. I can't play like 6 hours of Overwatch. I have to switch between it every now and then. I got the Handsome Jack collection for Borderlands for only $20.
Oh wow!
With all the DLC and everything, because of that 2K sale. They really had nothing else for me. It was like you can get the Handsome Jack collection or Final Fantasy X and X-2. And it didn't take me long to decide which one I wanted. I got the Platinum Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and played that.
Oh, how'd you like that?
We only recorded one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Rob and I, so Rob from the Hypest fan group.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It was fun, but we glitched the hell out of it. Like the boss, it was Bebop, I think. And if you take too long, Rocksteady comes in.
Mm-hmm.
But we glitched it out so that I could not see Bebop, and I could just revive the other turtles without taking any damage. So it was infinite revivals until he somehow glitched himself back into the world. So it's fun. It has some glitches, but if you have friends, it's a good game to play. As for the Handsome Jack one, that I forgot to say a little bit about that. Well, it's Borderlands 2 with all the DLC. I beat Borderlands 2. I didn't have all the DLC because not everyone in the world's rich. So now I get to play all the DLC that I didn't get back then. Mm-hmm. And I never played the pre-sequel. So this is my first time playing it. I just played an hour last night. And I didn't know you got to play as Claptrap. So I just I'm playing Claptrap. I don't care if he's the most difficult used character, if his, ultimate or whatever, his special move is basically slot machines. You never know what you're going to get. I just liked when you chose Claptrap and they're like, are you sure you want to choose this character? No, seriously, it's Claptrap. Do you want to use him? He's fucking annoying. Really? You really want to choose him? I'm like, God damn it, yes. I've also gotten back into DC Universe Online. Rob and I are playing that just to check it out on the PS4 because we played on the PC. Controls are a little better on PS4, I find, but that's because I like using the controllers anyways. So my hero character, I made Kamen Rider Necron, which is a character in the Ghost series. And for evil, I made Kamen Rider Eternal. And he's joined Joker. So those are going to be fun times. Mm-hmm. I also played the Resident Evil 7 demo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I made a video of it. I got the ending where you just kind of push open the back door. Mm-hmm. Because, well, it was my first playthrough. I didn't know anything. I was just like, oh, this door, you can open it. Okay, go through. It was kind of a lame ending. I may try to do another one because I know there's many more secrets in that game. But when I was playing it, there was a part where the game was pretty much just loading up. Like, it was almost on the title screen. And a lightning bolt just skims, like, near my window. Mm-hmm. And a large thunderclap is actually heard on the video. So I'm like, oh, great, this demo's haunted. So at the end, I just made a creepypasta reference, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die as soon as I'm done recording. That's what happens in creepypastas. So yeah, movies, I only watched one. It was Garo and the Wailing Dragon. Mm-hmm. Jesus fuck. That was like Wizard of Oz meets Tim Burton. It was fucking what? And the weirdest part is, it's Garo, so you don't expect that shit. Like, if you actually watch the Garo series, you're not expecting it, and then all of a sudden it's way off from what Garo normally is. Mm-hmm. But it's a very good movie if you watch the Garo series. It's just fucking weird. And the final thing I have written down is I watched E3, enjoyed the hell out of E3, suffered through the EA conference. I didn't watch the Best Friends do it because, everyone was also saying how they were talking too much over it. I think the only one I saw of theirs was when Pat was with his girlfriend and Liam. Mm-hmm. Which I can't even remember what that conference was now.
That's been a while.
Yeah. So, the thing I'm most excited for, because on my channel again, I made a top 10 most excited things that we saw, and it was Rob and I again. We both had the same thing. It's just that new Legend of Zelda game. Oh my god, cannot wait for it.
Yeah, you and everyone else on the internet, it's catching on like wildfire.
I will wait for it. Like, even if it's Twilight Princess like, where they need another 2 years. Because can you imagine what Twilight Princess would have been if they pushed that out?
Oof.
Not nearly as good. No. So, I mean, if they say, listen, we need another 2 years, I'm just going to be, listen, Miyamoto, take all the fucking time you need, buddy. Because we want a great game that you showed so far. And if you're going to make it even better, and like the Skyrim map they say is, I don't know how much bigger, but they say it's like a lot bigger than Skyrim map.
Oh, jeez.
Holy shit. There's going to be so much to do in Hyrule. Plus, we nerded out when we saw the Death Mountains in the background.
Yep.
We're like, oh yes, Goron, sweet. So what about you? What'd you do?
Oh, little old me? I guess I'll start out with games as well. I played a ton of Overwatch. I've got the collector's edition for PC. And so, I think I've played all the heroes except for Tracer now.
Really?
I know, I've played around with a lot of them. And it's just, Tracer, I know from the pit of my existence. I cannot play her. I will not be able to play her well just from seeing other people play her, because she is just the kind of character that zips around fast, in and out. That's just not the kind of heroes I like to play. My preference above all else is either like a sniper mid-range like Hanzo that has useful tech, or Roadhog, which is by far my favorite above everyone else, because you can just hook, grab, shotgun him in the face, and then heal yourself when you have to. The perfect tank, basically. Because, I mean, every time I freaking see a Bastion turret, I'm just like, hey guys, I got this one, and, hook him, shoot him twice, dead, done. It's he's just such a great mover and shaker that I mean, what's not to love about him? And his hook, I think there's only twice where I've missed as far as distance goes, where I found his maximum distance. Like, I almost hooked someone clear across a map once, and it stopped right before. And I don't know if there's like a pixel from like a building right there, because it was kind of like a narrow shot.
Yep.
But I mean, it's just that hook just goes wherever you want it to.
Yeah, I also have not played Tracer. I played everyone but Tracer. But I am used to playing Scout in TF2. And I have played Kronos in Smite, which her move where she reverses time is exactly like his ultimate. So I am used to the characters like that. It's just I refuse to play Tracer. Just like how I refuse to die to a Tracer.
Oh yeah, oh man. It'd be a sad day if I ever die from a Tracer.
I only died once, and I got, last night, and I got extremely mad, but that's only because there was 4 Tracers.
Oh, yeah, you tell me about that.
They all ganked me.
It's kind of hard when they're all coming from, I mean, that's understandable, but one-on-one you should never lose to a Tracer. In fact, my favorite thing is, hooking Tracers with Roadhog, because they're so fast, and like, oh no, you can't catch me, and I wait until after, they pop around, and then I grab them, and just instantly one-shot them, It's great.
Last night I had a Tracer zip-zapping around the point, and I was Hanzo, so I just shot the arrow blindly, and it headshot her.
That's the best, is when you're following Tracer around, you're like, ah, crap, and then you just shoot, and then she's just right there.
Yeah. So I refuse to play her. One of the reasons, I just don't like the character. And I'm sure I'd get lots of hate for that.
Well, I mean,
because she's a very popular one of the characters. Not as popular as May or Widowmaker.
Yeah.
But, popular.
I mean, she's an attractive character model, but I don't like her accent, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Me as a British person as much as I don't sound like it right now, because I can do voice acting. And that's the hilarious thing. The girl who did the voice and was doing the voice acting, she actually is British.
I know, but it just sounds so shallow, though. That's the thing, you know. It really does.
That would be like if I just went up to another British person, instead of using the accent that I normally use, I go, "Hello, governor."
Yeah, I know. It just, I mean, I know it's a real British person. I know that, you know, it's all these things, and so it should sound good. I just don't know. There's just something with the tone of her voice and mixed in with her accent that I just don't like. You know, I like much more of like a subtle, you know, British accent, and it's like, and the fact that she says cheers and love and blah, 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 you know, it's just like, yeah, she's a walking. I think it's more of the lines more than her actual accent. Or a combination of both that really just rubbed me the wrong way. As someone who had to grow up with a sister who thought that she could do a British accent, you know, and was like, "Oh yeah, I can do a British accent." I'm like, "No, please, Sarah, don't."
Yeah. Well, I mean, my cousin and I, when we were playing it, and he first saw Tracer and he first heard her, she's like, we both slapped herself on the knee and we're like, "Ha, get it? 'Cause Doctor Who? 'Cause, you know, British always means Doctor Who."
Oh man.
That's why she can travel back in time, 'cause Doctor Who? Do you get it? He's like, oh. And that's why she says cheers, love, and all that, because, you know, Doctor Who does it all the time, 'cause they're stereotypical British. Oh.
Yeah.
And he actually is like a Doctor Who fan, so even he cringed at it.
Oh, I see. That's the thing. I'm a Doctor Who fan myself. Like, I've watched all of it. You know, like at least through twice, most of it. But the big thing for me is that the really casual fans that just go on and on about it, like, there's just so much cringe from the Doctor Who community that I don't associate myself with them, you know? Even though I can, like, give you a lot of, like, facts and this and that and you know, trivia, because I was pretty into it in high school. There's just so much cringe in that community that it just keeps me, I just, like, no, not today. I don't want to enter into this cringe zone again.
Yeah.
But, oh, and by the way, let's see, the Ninth Doctor was the best, just so you know. Christopher Eccleston was the best Doctor. But, and that's a fact, that's not opinion. But,
actually, you know who Tracer reminds me of?
Oh,
any fan who watches Doctor Who or Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter's the worst.
And they suddenly think they can do British accents. So, to pretend that they are the Doctor or the Wizard, they try to do their best British accent. That's what Tracer reminds me of her accent-wise.
Yeah. Now, moving on.
But hey, at least you're enjoying the game and you found the characters that you like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I use Reinhardt the most, and either Lucio or Reaper.
Let's see. I can't use Farah for some reason. That's always got me. I've played her a couple times, but I'm not very good at her just because of her jetpack. I'm not good with jetpack characters. It comes back to Halo Reach. There's just something about that jetpack that I can never master. I like being on the ground. But but besides that, I'm getting pretty at least decent with all the characters. I'm pretty decent with most of the support characters. I'm pretty decent. Lucio is probably my weakest of the 4 support characters. But Reinhardt's probably my weakest of the tanks. It's just I don't know. I'm just not a big. He's just I just don't mess with his playstyle too much, but. Yeah, he's very useful though. I love it when other people who are really good with him use him, because then it's really fun. But then again, last night I was playing a game and there were 2 Reinhardts on our side and 2 Reinhardts on the other side, so all hell was breaking loose. Just like Reinhardt slamming into other Reinhardts, and like just Reinhardt swinging around on the point, just slamming hammers everywhere, and you're just like trying to get a kill in without just getting obliterated with the mosh pit of Reinhardt's.
Yeah. As much as I love playing Reinhardt, a lot of times your matches will be you just holding up the shield.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's a very supportive tank who you have to have patience playing.
Yeah. And you gotta make sure you have people behind you watching your back too, because Reinhardt's get taken out so easy when people sidestep and go behind.
Yeah, I'd say the two characters that I'm having the most trouble with and probably have to continue to try and play, because you should always play the characters you're weakest at.
Yeah.
That's just the smart thing to do, right? Piss off the team because you're trying out a character. Is Widowmaker. I'm not so great with Widowmaker. Mm-hmm. And McCree. I'm not so good with McCree.
I actually gotten a lot better with McCree. In fact, I actually got my first high noon quadruple kill. And it was pretty, satisfying, because a lot of people, whenever they hear you say the stupid phrase that he has to say every time before he does it, they scatter like roaches.
Yeah.
And so if you're not in a big open area, it's really hard. And then even if you are in a big open area, they can kill you before you even activate it. So it's really hard to. I mean, when the game first came out, it was pretty OP, but now everybody's gotten used to it, so it's like, But
plus, they nerfed his gun.
Sort of, but I mean, I've had pretty good luck with it. If you just get the timing right, you just have to kind of stagger more and juke with him, and you got to throw that flash grenade every time, man.
Yeah,
that is a necessity in this game.
Yeah, I suck as McCree, but last night I had an amazing match with him. Mm-hmm. I was rolling all over the place. I was throwing flashbangs at the right minute.
Yeah,
doing my whatever the hell 6 shot, at the right time, mm-hmm. And I didn't die once. My cousin was like, "Holy shit, that's amazing!" I was like, "Yeah, this is never gonna happen again." This was the one match that you saw me good as McCree.
Oh man.
And that too was my first high noon, actually killing a bunch of people.
But so I played about 20, 30 hours of Overwatch so far. I'm up to level 23. So I'm getting there.
Remember, there's only 100 levels to go.
Oh man, good boy. Yeah. And I've only unlocked a couple good skins. None of the really rare ones yet. Just all, supporting ones. I got the Soldier 76 one, always red and black, which I like.
Yeah.
And so, I also got a blue version of Hanzo, but that's about it. As far as, and I got Zera. I got her in a red uniform, which was nice. But
right.
Speaking of Zera, the controversy on her ultimate skin is very. There's only two sides. There's the, oh, it's fine, and there's the, oh, that's so ugly. Why do they have that skin?
Yeah, I'm on the, it's fine.
I think it's hideous.
I mean, have you seen Tracers?
No,
her punk skin?
I haven't. I refuse to look at Tracer anything besides, the occasional shipping picture with her with another female on Facebook. That's about as much as I get out of Tracer.
Because I have her legendary skin.
Oh, really?
Which is the punk rock, and it looks god awful. It's like the black and white punk rock girl looking costume, and just it really is. Ugh.
Yeah, a lot of it,
to me anyway.
A lot of the mid-range ones are really hit and miss with the color coordination, at least. But moving on, that's about all that I did for games. As far as TV-wise, I've been keeping up with the seasonal anime. In fact, we had Ushio Tora finish yesterday, or actually Friday. It finished Friday. And so that is done. It's 40 episodes of pure gold. I highly recommend it to anybody who likes a good shonen anime with no filler and amazing art and is very good and true to the source material. And just anybody who likes the voice actor for Takamura in Hajime no Ippo he voices one of the main characters in he voices Tora in Ushio to Tora, and he does a really good job as being this kind of prideful, shallow, very easy to read type of brutish guy who is the only character I think that voice really goes well with and really brings out the full potential. But of course, you know, I mean, he basically just plays another version of Takamura's son. But speaking of Ippo, I've also been watching Hajime no Ippo because we've been having a lot of sparring at the boxing gym lately, and so I've been trying to get hyped up and edging out on Ippo, getting that amazing fight choreography, and you know, just getting all pumped with my two favorite things, fighting and anime. So
yep.
But let's see. We've got some new series coming out this next week. The first, the seasons are just about to switch here. So it's just a quick look. I'll have a full list next time we do a podcast of the new shows once I get a couple first takes on some iffy ones. But some major players we have, of course, is the new Berserk anime. That starts in 5 days. Then we also have the second season of Food Wars, or the Japanese name Shokeki no Soma. And so that should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a big fan of the originals, the first season, and the manga. If you haven't,
I saw 2 episodes of it.
Oh, it's pretty good, man. It gets really good. Especially...
For some reason, it got me watching Fighting Food-Ons.
Oh, I remember you talking about that, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I watched 2 episodes of that, then I was just like, you know, I'm curious. You know, was Fighting Food-Ons as good as I thought it was?
And it was. But let's see, what else? There's a couple other things coming out. The next Digimon Try comes out. I think it was just announced. It's coming out in October. The release date just came out. And so we'll have to wait until October to watch that. And the new One Piece movie is actually coming out in less than a month. One Piece movie Gold. And so that'll be interesting.
Catch up.
That'll be interesting. They've already done the promo episodes, as they like to do, a month before the movie premiere, and that episode started today. It was a movie filler, you know, to advertise the new movie and kind of set up the plot. And so they're pretty good about doing that, and they're not too bad as far as filler goes.
Data Bayo.
Believe it. Oh man.
Again, Naruto's not so bad if you find out what episode's filler is.
Yeah, as long as you skip the last 2 seasons in the original Naruto, because you don't need to watch them. The last 2 story arcs, just don't even have to watch them. Don't go
watch the Great Tea Race.
Oh yes,
because that's the best one.
You know what they say: skip Orochimaru, stay for the Great Tea Race. Oh man. But it should be it'll be also really interesting because the Boruto manga serialization comes out this month as well as Berserk. The newest chapter just came out 3 days ago, and so that's already up. The anime for Berserk, of course, and the manga are starting both back up simultaneously, so it's really nice to see a double whammy on that end of things.
Yep.
But besides that, there's nothing really super big coming out besides those 2 front runners. Of course, we have more JoJo indefinitely until probably, you know, we get our fill, and then we have to wait about a year or 2 before the next part gets announced. And as far as One Piece is going, still going strong. Nothing too. Well, I mean, they just did the 19th opening as well this time. It's a new opening starting today, and it's the 19th, so we'll be hitting 2-0 pretty soon. With how many openings there have been in One Piece. Of course, some openings have lasted for as much as 50 episodes, and other openings have lasted as short as 8 episodes. So
look forward to the re-rendition of it for the dub by Vic Mignogna.
Or I don't know. Sometimes they get a big star, to sell out like Fall Out Boy, like the new Ghostbusters.
Jesus.
Which brings us back to: have you heard about the new Ghostbusters soundtrack that just got released? The promo song.
No. Do I? Do I want to know?
You need. Let me just say, it's not that you want to know. It's not that you want to listen. You need to listen to it. The new rendition, the new remix of the Ghostbusters theme, because it is so bad. I wanted to stab my eardrum.
Is it the one that sounds like Skrillex is doing it or something?
No, this is the official one. This isn't like a. This is official for the movie. Like, this just came out like 2 days ago.
Ooh.
And so, all you listeners out there, I would definitely recommend to go at least have your taste of it. And let me just give you a hint here. The song shows you that they are fully dedicated in ruining everything that made the Ghostbusters fun in the 80s.
Excellent. I like it already.
I mean, we are reaching levels here that might make this the new Trolls 2.
Good.
It might be so bad that it might actually be pleasurable to watch and make fun of while you're drunk.
Yeah. I can't wait for the cameo of Limp Bizkit.
Oh, jeez. If only.
Oh my goodness. No, what I've seen so far of it, I'm just like, no, please. Stop. I mean, it might not be The Room bad entertaining.
No, I mean, this thing's got a
but
budget. That's the thing, is that the hard part about movies that have a big budget is that they hardly ever get to that status, of where it's so bad that it's good. But you never know.
And in case listeners don't know, watch The Room.
And then go back and watch The Room with the Djibouti dubs, the commentary, because that's pretty funny.
Then watch the Tommy Wiseau.
And then watch Tommy gets play of the game.
Yeah. That's my main in Overwatch.
Oh, man. And let's see, what else have I done in the last couple weeks? I haven't seen Finding Dory yet. I'm very, hesitant to watch Pixar Season 3. Season 2 was very mixed bag. Season 1, of course, was amazing. And, cherish, very easy and commemorative, and will be classics from, till the end of time, probably. But Season 3 starts with Finding Dory, and we'll see. I still haven't made it out there yet. That'll probably be one of our topics here pretty soon once everyone gets around to see it. But, I don't know. I've also kind of just been staying away from it because I know there's waves and waves of children seeing it 1,000,000 times a day. And I'm just like, I don't want to be in a stupid theater with kids.
You're going to have to kidnap one of them and say, yeah, that's my son.
No, see, what you do is there's a theater here that serves alcohol in a balcony above the regular seating. And you just go up there and drink with the other dads. Because you're like, oh yeah, the wife and kids are downstairs,
Yeah, which one's yours?
It's too dark. I don't know where they sat down,
Yeah. Or you just go, you point to one. That one? That's my son. Oh, shit.
Well, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
I thought that this was about the best time as any. But, we've both been fooled.
technically I did nothing wrong. By the way, my name's Griffith. How are you?
Oh, man. Yeah, I can't wait for us to have that first impression new Berserk season podcast. I hope Sterling is back for that. Oh, but
I'm not sure if I can join you on finding Dory there, because I don't like Dory's voice. It annoys me.
So what you're saying is you don't like Ellen DeGeneres.
Wow, what a surprise! I don't.
I know, me neither. But you know, I think, you know, there's a time and place for that voice, and I think, you know, Dory is an exception, you know, and she does well with Dory, you know, because that's sort of the character. I mean, it's just, it lines up with the character well, but I just need to see it because it's Pixar, you know. It's just something, you know, I just got to sink my teeth into it, and see what's...
No, the real reason is because I'm pretty poor. Mm-hmm. So I can't go to, like, a movie every time a new one's out.
Oh, that's fine. I'm sure it'll show up on Yiffy pretty soon.
But I think the next one I am going to see might be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I've heard that this new one is actually pretty good from the reviews, like, of actual nerds.
They said as good as the 80s cartoon, so...
Yeah, I think the video game nerd... Angry Video AVGN, he was talking about it, saying, "Oh yeah, this Turtles movie is much better than the first one," and so that kind of got me excited for that. I'm also excited for the Suicide Squad. After they rewrote it and reshot a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. See, that's kind of worrisome because it's like, originally they admitted it was like, oh shit, we were gonna have a really dark one. But people didn't like Batman vs. Superman? Alright, well, we'll make this one more child-friendly. As soon as they said that, I was like, ooh. Okay. I mean, make it like the Justice League cartoon, maybe?
Yeah, where it's edgy, but kids can still watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a pretty good compromise. But as far as that goes, we'll see. Because I didn't have big expectations for it to begin with. Mm-hmm. But then after hearing all the different stuff and, you know, seeing the new trailers, I'm kind of getting excited for it now. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
By the way, any thoughts on the new Samurai Jack?
Oh, jeez, man. Oh. I mean, you're giving me the vapors just saying it, man. I mean, I've gotta shake my shirt, man. The room's starting to steam. I mean, Samurai Jack. I mean, out of all the things to get a sequel or a sole successor or whatever you want to call it, you know, whether it's direct or not, or, you know, whatever this turns out to be, because there's still a lot of, you know, mystery behind it. This is the one show that I believe deserves it. Furikuri, I'm sorry, that show ended. There's also rumors for them to make a Kill la Kill 2, and I'm like, I'm sorry, that show ended as well. You know? And so those two just seem like money grabs, although Furikuri did leave on an open ending, you know, and as long as they don't, you know, try and be too much like the original and kind of roll with their own that's similar but not the same, I think it'll be fine. You know, that one's a little more flexible, but also just kind of out of the blue. It's like if they came back and said, hey, guess what? We're making another Cowboy Bebop, you know? But no, Samurai Jack, yes, please. It's like if they said they were going to make a third season of Invader Zim. Like, it's something everybody always wanted and something you still have plenty of material, you know? It shows that ended before, you know, they really hit their strides. Yes, bring those back. But please don't be like the new Powerpuff Girls. Please don't be pandering. It's the same it's the same writer, so, you know, crossing your fingers there. I don't think that you can mess up Samurai Jack, because, I mean, if you did, Cartoon Network would really fall into the pit of obscurity.
Well, like they said, this one's going to be darker than the original. So, I mean, they took Powerpuff Girls and they're like, let's meme lord it up in this.
It's like, and you see the executives in the suit, and there's a guy slamming the table, said, but I saw something on my child's iPad. It was a meme. We need to get these so-called memes in this TV show. Everybody, find out what memes are.
Yeah, they go to some 4chan page that's like, 5 years old, and they're like, Me Gasta, that's funny.
Me Gasta.
That's still relevant.
I have not seen a Me Gusta, meme, or even that stupid face, the troll face that comes with it. I haven't seen that since, literally 2012. It's been 4 years,
So they took a look at Powerpuff Girls, they're like, meme lord. Then they took a look at what they can do with Samurai Jack. Someone slammed up against the wall and they said, edgelord.
And they're like, good job, you passed the test.
Yeah. Wait, what if we take Berserk and put it with Samurai Jack?
John, I can only become so erect.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, Miyazaki, is that you? How'd you get in here?
Ooh.
So, yeah, I think everyone's pretty excited for that. And like you said, how can they fuck it up?
I mean, they can, but I mean,
it
wouldn't make sense to. That's the thing, is that there wouldn't be any reason for them to sell out, because they're still selling Samurai Jack stuff and Hot Topic to this very day,
Yeah.
I mean, even with it, being it's been 12 years, 15, how many years has it been since they, stopped, the Samurai Jack, finished? It's been over a decade, and they've still been selling merchandise out the wazoo. It's about time that they finally got stuff together, and I'm glad that they have a budget. That, everything's fallen in line. They didn't try and do it too soon, too early. It's good.
Reboot.
I'm willing to wait for a good product.
Yeah.
But
see, they could just do a half-ass job like the new reboot did.
No, I'm thinking more like Teen Titans Go, where everyone's chibi, and Samurai Jack Go. Ooh, man. Trying to sell that merch.
They also did that with Attack on Titan.
Oh, yeah. Well,
they chivitized them.
They did that, and they put them in high school.
Ooh.
It's double whammy.
Oh, god damn.
Speaking of edgelords, though, man, Canterbury of the Iron Fortress, man, is great. Oh my gosh, is it the best? It's so much better than Attack on Titan, and it's so much better written. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Attack on Titan. I really like the source material. The manga is really good, but the show is oh man, let's try and make this as edgy as possible, even if the scene doesn't call for edge. And it's let's try and make this a normie anime and just kind of forget about all the great nuances and great character development that was in the manga. And let's just try and whitewash it, basically, so that normies get it.
I had a friend who just posted something about, I don't know, what, they're on season 3 or something?
No, the season 2's coming out. It's not, it might, I'm not sure if it's the next season. I think it's in October is when it's coming out.
Yeah, they said the creator of the manga or show or whatever, they said, stop bringing back your characters, let them stay dead. Why not? One Piece does it.
Okay, that only happened once. Out of what? Today was 600 episode 600 and something today, and they only brought back one character, a character of which you didn't see besides in flashbacks anyways, and a character who might possibly die in the future anyways. It's not.
Well, I thought I heard a spoiler about someone close to Luffy who dies.
What spoiler is that?
I thought someone was saying red hair Shanks gets killed.
No, nothing yet.
Oh, thank God.
But
But since I like Shanks, he's gonna die. Just to let you know.
No.
Because remember, any character I like dies.
Well, maybe if you caught up, you'd like more characters. But
True.
no, red hair. There are some things moving on around him right now, but it's really just people. There's other people trying to fight against him. They were trying to plan an assault on him, and then lo and behold, another one of the four emperors crashed their party and was like, "Oh, there are people living here," and just kind of decimated them. And so that's kind of knocked out of the water for right now.
So don't say it if it's a huge spoiler, but I just, out of curiosity's sake, since I'm so far behind, do we ever get to see Dragon fight yet?
No. But the manga has led to the rebel base being destroyed, and so there is going to be a follow-up on that in the next couple chapters as they're going back and forth. Because they're kind of trying to follow Sabo after Dressrosa, and so they went back to the base of the rebel army, and it was destroyed. And so everyone's kind of up in the air and like, what happened to Dragon? Where's Dragon? Where's all the other rebel leaders? And so that's kind of up in the air right now. But no, we haven't seen any sort of direct conflict with Dragon yet.
Eventually I have to find some time, I don't know where, magically to find time. But I have to finish reading One Piece, and yeah, even though I only have one manga of it, I have to catch up with One Piece, and I have to catch up with Opart Hunter, because I stopped when the main character is still a kid.
Oh, you haven't even gotten the time skip yet. Wow.
Nope.
Yeah, Opart's Hunter was one of the first mangas that I read. Way back in the day. It's pretty old.
I'm hoping the anime eventually comes out.
Yeah, we'll see. I was pushing for that for a while, but it's just, everything just has to fall in the right place,
Yeah. I love how I always, bring that up. I'm like, I eventually have to read this, yet I watch anime. It's like a 30-minute episode could be 30 minutes of reading manga.
Well, that's the thing, is that you can read the stuff twice as fast as it happens in the anime. I mean...
Yeah, except for me, I take double the time reading stuff normal people do. It's kind of an issue I have.
Yeah.
In fact, I shall slowly read a script I drew up right now.
All right, John. So let's get a little synopsis on the Spider-Man movie here.
Yep. I'll let you go first because I don't have much to say because I watched 4 episodes.
All right, here. Well, for me, it was a non-stop thrill ride of action, adventure, romance, pool party, and more action and adventure.
And amazing wall fighting.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that was probably my favorite scene of him on the fence fighting off everybody while on the side of that fence.
I don't know if you saw any Japanese Spider-Man before this,
no.
But
I mean, I've seen clips and pieces and this, and GIFs and stuff like that, but I haven't sat down and watched a full episode yet.
Yeah, that's why this is my favorite Spider-Man of all the Spider-Mans. And it's hilarious because they had an interview with Stan Lee, and he was like, "This is my favorite Spider-Man. I loved when I went to Japan, and I was like, we should make a Japanese Spider-Man." Because he was talking with Toei, and they're like, we would like to use Spider-Man in, live action movie. And he was like, fine, Marvel and Toei together.
At last.
And, yeah. And then Toei takes down their videos when they put it up. They're like, no, our property. But, I mean, this Spider-Man's officially canon.
Yeah.
Like, in the comic books,
Yeah.
he is canon.
Yeah, I know.
In the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. That's... We're gonna have to start calling it that now, the Spider-Verse. Oh my gosh. But, his mech, though. His mech.
Leopardon.
Yeah, Leopardon. It has nothing to do with spiders. It's... oh, man. It's just... I like his gauntlets, though.
Yeah.
And the web... The fact that they used him swinging on the tree fight was pretty good too when he was fighting in the trees.
Yeah. I loved back in the 70s how, like, for effects of them flipping or something,
Oh, yeah.
was just them reversing footage. Like Kamen Rider, the 1971 Kamen Rider,
Yeah.
did that too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, his Kamen Rider reversal was him, like, reverse flipping a guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Like, they just turned back the time, like, whoosh. It's like, there we go, that's the move. I was like, God damn. These effects are great.
You know, and I have to say though, those the freight ships and the battleships were pretty well designed. The models were.
Yeah.
And gosh, the monster of the week there was pretty unique as well. Cyber Shark who shoots torpedoes out of his mouth.
I loved when they were like, we gotta test the bombs underneath the water. So they shoot the electric nets and bombs, and they just explode. It's like, okay, well, now you're letting Spider-Man know there's bombs there. And they're like, he's gonna come from the sky.
Oh, I love it. And then he's like on a log that floats up, and then he starts swim. I love the shots of Spider-Man just swimming. Like, why would you have a sea battle when you have Spider? Like, it doesn't. I know there's always sea battles in these types of shows, but it's like.
But it's not just that. It's like he has the powers of a spider. I don't know about you, but last time I put water on a spider, it didn't like it.
Well, I mean, there are spiders that like hunt just under the surface, and it would have been cool if he was like, like running under the surface of the water, like reverse running like that, But I don't think they could swing that. But just to see like Spider-Man like doing this breaststroke, like it's just great enough in its own.
Plus his Metal Gear moments on the ship.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Yeah, and then there's the dummy part. That was amazing. He's like,
yeah.
oh, look, it's Spider-Man in the air. Kill him. It's a doll. What?
It's like, watch out for my, ninja replacement no jutsu.
That's right. So, basically what I have to say about this movie is, if you like Power Rangers, guess what? This Spider-Man is the reason why Super Sentai exist.
Yeah.
Super Sentai is the reason Power Rangers exist.
Oh boy, and another thing is just to watch the stellar performance by the detective. He's from Interpol. Which is ridiculous because they're in Japan.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's like, no, I need to know your secret identity. That way I can trust you, I just love that whole, like, conversation where he's just, like, trying to do this flimsy argument of why he needs to know his secret identity.
He's like, I kidnapped your siblings and your girlfriend, but don't worry, they're safe. Here's a video on this, like, CRTV.
He's like, I didn't kidnap them. I invited them to this fabulous pool party. Now you must trust me, Spider-Man. Tell me your secret identity. I'm Interpol. It's just it's so awkward.
Don't worry, I stalked you long enough. I know who you are, Spider-Man. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. And, like, I forget what Professor Monster's group is called now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's just...
Because I almost called them Shocker because of...
Oh, yeah.
Kamen Rider.
Yeah, because they did look like Shockers. Oh, man. And then they just morphed out of the ground and, like, objects and buildings. That was weird. Especially when like they come out of the tree with like 4 of them stacked on top of each other.
And let me tell you, at first I didn't like the Japanese Spider-Man theme, but now I love it.
Alright, so if you could give this a score, John, what would you score this as?
Normally I'd come up with something witty, but just honestly, if you like the Power Rangers, Super Sentai and that, and you want to see a Japanese version of Spider-Man, definitely watch it. And like, it's a good introduction to Japanese Spider-Man because you've never seen Japanese Spider-Man before. You didn't really need to know anything going in.
Mm-hmm. No.
All you need to know is, hey, he's Japanese, he's Spider-Man. I don't need to explain shit.
If you can get it, give it a rating out of 10, though.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, okay.
Honest, like not even trolling or anything. I loved it.
I would, well, honestly, I would give it about an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because. Oh, I think it could have been longer, or maybe, you know, like a little bit more meat to it. It was pretty short. But, I mean, overall, I mean, it was still pretty good, especially for the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta give it there, but I don't think it necessarily broke the genre.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't really recommend this to normies either. I'd say you have to have at least the weeb level of 2 or 3 before you start getting into Japanese Spider-Man.
If you don't like Spider-Man, then why would you even pay attention to the title?
Exactly. Whoa, so what are you looking forward to in this upcoming week, John?
Well, before that, I just wanted to bring something up because it's a common interest of ours. Mm-hmm. Did you see that they finally announced which Kamen Rider we are getting overseas?
No, I did not. What happened?
We are getting Amazons.
Really?
Yep. So it's either they're going to take it and do... Like, they're going to take some of the footage of, like, the fighting and that, but they're going to have English white people acting. Because basically, there's a military-like group.
Yeah, you know, I know the story of Amazon.
Yeah. And, you know, they're hunting the monsters and all that. So, I mean, we could do that.
Yeah, but I mean,
we have lots of soldier people.
That's like what? Like how? Like over 2 decades ago is that the original footage is from? Like,
yeah.
How are they gonna match it up? Like, are they gonna like record it in analog again and try and match it up with the original footage? Or
oh, I'm sure it'd be lots of hilarious dubbing going on. If they don't do the white actors, it's gonna be fun dubbing.
That seems so weird, though, to choose such an old series, you know? Not that I'm not happy about it, but, you know, it's like, why wouldn't you pick one of the much more, you know, HD, newer, you know, more relevant series to bring over? But, you know, I mean,
oh, well, the Amazons ones, the Amazons one is the newest one.
Wait, what do you...
Like, there was Ghost, and then Amazons came out. So, sorry. To elaborate on that, there's Amazon, which is the one you're thinking from, like, 19 whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's this one where there's 2 Amazons.
Okay, so this is a new series, okay.
Yeah, and it was like... Oh, God. It was Amazon exclusive because Amazon was doing some thing, I think, with Toei or Kamen Rider.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, I think I remember reading an article on that, yeah.
So that's the one we're getting, the newest one where there's like a Dante-like Kamen Rider.
Oh, okay.
Like his personality's like Dante.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so that makes sense, okay. Because I was like, how are they ever gonna... take one.
That one they would turn into Mask Rider again.
I'm like, I can't wait for Ferbus, man. Ferbus is coming back. Woo! Team Ferb. Hashtag, if you like Kamen Rider and you like them to come to the States, make sure to get on Twitter and go hashtag Ferbus. That's hashtag FERBUS. Ferbus.
So, how would you rate Masked Rider?
11 out,
10 out of 10
10
Ferbuses? Oh, 11 out of 10 Ferbuses.
Yep.
Excellent. You heard it here, people. Go watch it right now. Even if you're not a Kamen Rider fan. Oh no, we ruined people's lives.
People's lives are already ruined, John. We just help them along. We just help them down the right path.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just going to be interesting. That's just why I wanted to bring up to you is we're taking Amazons, which is a dark as hell Kamen Rider.
Jeez Louise, yeah. I wonder if they're going to get the same actor as they did for Amazon in the Decade.
Possibly.
Because they had a new, younger Amazon in Decade. Mm-hmm. And, excuse me, I'm sorry, Kakero. And, and I wonder if he's going to be one of the Amazons. That would be neat.
Well, the thing is, they're only on, like, episode 8. I don't know. Rob and I are super far behind because each episode's 40 minutes long.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, jeez.
So it's 2 Kamen Rider episodes in one.
Oh, okay.
But we've seen the red Amazon, the green Amazon. I think now there's a silver Amazon. But we haven't seen the original Amazon, which, to be honest, because they have made references to older Kamen Rider teams before in the series. And, like, you know, they do it for Sentai too. They're like, oh, well, this is the first Super Sentai team. We acknowledge they exist, unlike the US. I really hope we get to see the original Amazon.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, it looks like, they got Amazon Omega, Amazon Alpha, and Amazon Sigma right now. And it looks like they have 13 episodes for the first season.
Oh, God.
Basically
I thought
26.
it was only 8.
Yeah. And, and it look, gosh, the catchphrase is open your Amazons. What? Oh.
Hey, the original one was dark but cheesy as well, so. But like I said, you know, it's going to be interesting just because I don't know what they're going to do with it. It's one of those things where I can't remember. There was a series you were talking about where you're like, I don't know if it was going to be dubbed or something. You said, I'm really afraid of what they're going to do with it.
There's a couple like that I've been thinking about lately. I'm not too sure. I think I remember when I was talking about it. I just can't remember what I was talking about, though.
Yeah. So it's like one of those where you're excited that it's going to happen, but you're really worried of how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Are they going to whitewash it? Or are they going to dub it badly? Or are they going to take it serious because more and more people overseas, just like JoJo, more and more people are getting excited for Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Now that we can actually see it.
Yeah.
Illegally.
Thanks to our friendly neighbors over in friendly Japan.
Yeah.
Doing God's work over there.
Yeah. So as for what I'm excited for, well, I'm going to be away for a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
One of my friends have a little gift box for me. And I don't want to spoil, where I'm going and what I'm getting. But a hint to one thing is a Garo box set.
Ooh, nice.
I think. That or he said it was one of the Garo movies. He has a mix box for me.
Oh, that's nice.
But there are some things like he You know the Kamen Rider Black box set?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
Ooh.
So, it's unlucky for me, it's not sub, but...
I mean, what are you gonna do, you know?
At least I don't think it is. If it is, then awesome.
It's Christmas all over.
If not,
again.
then... at least I know some of the language.
Yeah, jeez.
I'll understand bits and pieces. No Furbus, though. Oh, what? Maybe we'll just have to Photoshop him into every scene or something. Ooh. But yeah, I may post pictures of it, depending. But I'm going somewhere. I'm meeting up with him, hanging out. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm having an adventure. Tonight, I just want to play some Overwatch and some Borderlands before I have to head out.
Yeah, same here, basically.
And I'm tomorrow, before I do all that crazy adventures, I have a job thing to go to, so here's hoping I get employment.
There you go, man.
Money for things like the new games that I want to play. Money for the new Zelda that won't come out till Kingdom Hearts 3 is released.
20 years, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Whole 20 to 17 years, as long as it took guts to get off the boat.
Hey, to be honest, you know, back in those days, it took a long time to travel by ship.
What about you? What exciting future events do you have planned?
Well, I'm trying to get more of my friends that play games on PCs to get Overwatch, so we can actually have a decent, you know, squad. If not a full team, at least most of a team, you know, so we can actually secure, you know, some wins, some really good wins, and not just have to bet on chance.
Yeah. No one wins League of Legends with random strangers.
I have, but I can count the numbers of times on my fingers, though.
I can count the many times that I've been told to kill myself from the community.
Yeah, I would need more people's hands and toes to count that from me as well. Some people don't like my tactics. Of course, I'm just a student of the dunk master himself, Donkey.
Yeah. And you got a bunch of those animes to look forward to.
Yeah,
that are coming out.
We have some finishing and some not, and we have some starting up. And I'll have my full anime watch list come up next week, because half of them are starting this week and half of them starting next week. Because that's just how the seasons go these days. Because some shows either had a break week or something else or this or that. Half of them usually get off schedule. And so we'll be excited to see that. I took some peeks a couple days ago to see what, I saw that was interesting and what season 2s to look forward to, everything like that. And there wasn't too much. There's a couple news series that I'm kind of looking forward to, but I need to get the first taste before deciding what's going to be good and what's not going to be good. What's just going to be, the daily watch rule that I'm going to have to force feed myself because I just need more anime.
Yeah, and you weren't sure if you were going to see Finding Dory?
I'll probably see it. Whether or not it'll be in a movie theater, we'll find out. But
you're right.
But I'll eventually see it because it is, like I said, season 3 Pixar. We gotta keep our minds open, but also think critically. Especially with one like, that comes from the Nemo universe. So, because the first one, I don't know, the first one was always just pushing it for me. It was really good, but we'll see if Dory can stand on her own 2 fins.
Do you have enough of a attention span to watch it, or are you going to be like her and your attention span's going to be 5 seconds?
If an optimal viewing of that movie for me is probably playing Overwatch while I have it on another computer screen.
So here's something kind of before we send off. I just had a thought there when last time we planned to do the podcast, but we couldn't get Sterling on here.
Yeah.
And I started watching Salty Bet there.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Fell into that damn trap.
It is a trap.
I thought, if we could find someone who has a good enough PC that could record, what is being streamed, maybe we could get people together and do a Salty Bet thing. But I mean, it's hard enough to get people for the podcast, I know. It was just an idea I had where we just get a group of people and we all just do a Salty Bet thing every now and then.
We might. I don't know. Kind of tried to do the game night, but that kind of fell through too.
Well, I see more and more people interested. It's just, it comes down to time, right?
Yeah, it comes down to, well, not just time, but timing. Because so many people have so many different schedules that, I mean, that's why a lot of people, you'll see them post stuff in the group, in the Hypus group. And other people will find out like days later, like find it and comment on it or this or that, and it's just difficult with, we have people living in 6 different time zones, if not across the world.
Yeah, just an idea.
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea. It's just, it's hard, especially during the summer. A lot of people either have extra jobs or traveling or this or that, especially, So we'll see. Well, I mean, I'm definitely for it. I've got a pretty decent PC here. It's a mid-range gaming PC. Does really well with media production as well. So I might be able to help out in that respect.
Yeah, sadly, mine's like 5 or 7 years old. So it's pretty potato quality. I tried streaming the E3 conference. And it was just a bunch of pixels for people.
I bet.
Alright, well, it looks like we both have some interesting and fun week planned ahead. Hopefully next time we can have more people join us, but sadly, schedules always change.
It is what it is.
Like I said, I'll be a week or 2 at least, so sadly I won't be able to join next one, but I'll still watch the homework and give my 2 cents if you want.
Sounds good. We'll make sure to put, something at the end of the video on YouTube.
Yeah.
But, well, John, what do we say at the end of the podcast?
We say,
don't get eliminated. Bye-bye, folks.